My name is Hanna Breetz, and I'm an assistant professor in sustainability at Arizona State University. I will be brief and maybe a little provocative, but what I wanted to explore with you was the proposition that we may be at some kind of an inflection point in how we discuss the politics of energy transitions. And I should say that I'm specifically talking about decision-making that affects domestic energy policy. Actually, not just policy, but various policies, programs, projects at the domestic level about renewables and associated complementary infrastructures, transmission, storage, electric vehicles. Many of us have written about these politics for years in terms of this kind of dichotomous good guy, bad guy story. So these clean energy constituencies that are out there fighting these dreaded incumbents. And yes, I think there are still anti-renewable incumbents out there for sure. But when I look at the landscape of energy politics, I feel like something has changed in the 15 years that I've been working in this field. There are many cases now where we see incumbent industries who are working to advance clean energy. For example, we see legacy automakers building EVs. We see at least some utilities out there who are moving forward aggressively on 100% renewable or clean energy or net zero goals. This is a great opportunity for accelerated progress, and I would love to see more research that's examining this heterogeneity among incumbent interests, as well as thinking about processes of engagement and kind of how these incumbent interests move from being anti-renewables to actually being engaged participants in the transition. Beyond that, I think there's also a bigger set of conversations that I see emerging as stakeholders are beginning to grapple with all the impacts of what it will mean to have this massive industrial transition to clean energy. The transition will have many impacts on sustainability, impacts on land use, on mining, waste, equity, jobs, community development. There are a lot of stakeholders out there, communities, green groups, tribes, social justice organizations who are raising these kind of concerns and pushing back to some extent on specific projects or policies or programs. And if we dismiss these kind of stakeholders as simply anti-renewables, if we're still looking at this in terms of just supporters and opposition, we're missing the point of what they're actually fighting about. Many of these stakeholders kind of support renewables, but at the same time they're concerned about the impacts, and that's the dialectic. That is this fight that the resolution of which is going to be an evolutionary force shaping the transition. And that's my proposition, that we may be in this inflection point from just these kind of dichotomous stories about political fights to something that looks more like dialectical contestation. What that means for clean energy, what that means for accelerating the transition, I don't know. It might slow us down, but it might also make it cleaner or more just if we're able to figure out how to steer that conflict in a productive direction. So that's my proposition, and I'm looking forward to letting that seed a conversation among us.